Kevin Cork live for us in D.C. Kevin, thank you. Let's bring in author and host of the Isabel Brown Show, Isabel Brown, and Axiom Strategies, Erin Maguire. Thank you both for coming on. Erin, to you first. Here's some sound. This is President Trump on what he calls Liberation Day. Watch.
This is Liberation Day in D.C., and we're going to take our capital back. You're reporters, and I understand a lot of you tend to be on the liberal side, but you don't want to get mugged and raped and shot and killed. And you all know people and friends of yours that happened.
It's the president bringing in extra forces, Erin, for a little bit of a crackdown on crime. What do you think of it?
Well, President Trump is right. Those reporters and myself and our family and friends who live in the D.C. area, weekend after weekend, month after month, are moving out of D.C. because it's no longer safe. I don't know how we witnessed one weekend with youth overrunning Navy Yard, and this is just one microcosm of the criminal coddling you get in Washington, D.C. But these kids have run amok. They're robbing people. They're running people over. It's unsafe. And it happened more than one weekend. It happens weekend after weekend, month after month. And so, yes, Donald Trump stepping up and stepping in to make sure our community is safe because of the dereliction of duty by Democrats is long overdue.
It is a problem. Meantime, Isabel, to you, Zohran Mamdani has this very severe warning, he calls it, for President Trump. Watch.
There is no borough that will be free from Trump's cruelty. We will feel the pain of this legislation, whether we are in Manhattan, Brooklyn, the Bronx, Queens, or Staten Island. The reason Donald Trump is so threatened by our movement, by our ever-expanding coalition, is because of the fact that we mean what we say.
I got to believe the president is shaken to the core over this threat by Mamdani. Isabel, what do you think?
I have to laugh myself, Trace, because truly the only threatening cruelty I see anywhere in New York City politics is from Zohran Mamdani himself. And I'm not very interested in someone lecturing me on attacking democracy or the rest of the country on attacking democracy when he refuses to look in the mirror and notice his own campaign points. This is a man who is hell-bent on burning New York City to the ground. Make no mistake about it. Advocating for the abolition of private property, decriminalization of all sex work and drugs, state-run grocery stores in place of private enterprise and business, the most radical ideas you possibly can imagine to institute legitimate socialism and curb any sort of diversity of thought or opinion. This is the threat to democracy. And I find it fascinating to see how the left in America might respond to it around the country. Are we going in this direction? Is this really the threat to MAGA, or are we going to quash communism when we see it?
Meantime, China tariffs get put on hold. The former senior U.S. trade official Wendy Cutler said the following here. It's positive news combined with some of the de-escalatory steps both the United States and China have taken in recent weeks. It demonstrated that both sides are trying to see if they can reach some kind of a deal that would lay the groundwork for a Xi-Trump meeting this fall. I mean, it looks like a deal here, Erin Maguire, is in the offing. What do you think?
It is, and this is yet another boon for President Trump, what would likely be a crown jewel in a Trump trade trifecta. We have seen the European Union come on board. We're looking at ongoing negotiations with North and South America. You bring in China on top of that, and you are going to see a total global trade dominance by President Trump and by America. By extending these tariff deadlines here, he's showing he's serious in these negotiations, that China can come to the table and that both can work in good faith for benefit of both nations, but making sure to put America first. This is a good sign for our country and our economy.
It would be the trifecta as far as trade goes. It really would. Isabel, lastly, if President Trump is not petrified enough by Zohran Mamdani, Gavin Newsom had to add this today. Watch.
Hey, President Trump, it's time to stand down. It's time to, dare I say, do the right thing. Actually, see how that feels for you, doing the right thing. If you don't, California will neutralize anything you do in the state of Texas. We're not going to sit back and watch you light democracy on fire. We will fight fire with fire.
I wish Newsom would stand up and fix his state. What do you think about this, Isabel?
Ironic, while California has literally been on fire much over the last few years with horrible policies thanks to Gavin Newsom. Look, again, what is this with democracy under attack from the same people that institute policies like gerrymandered districts in states like California, Maryland, Colorado, where I grew up, to ensure that Democrats and the radical left have the strongest grip of power here in Washington possible? If anything, taking a look at poorly drawn district lines is President Trump's ability to give back to the American people, to ensure that the federal government is of the people, by the people, and for the people. And I am sick and tired of power-hungry politicians with higher aspirations for office like Gavin Newsom constantly trying to make sure their grubby little fingers are all over these projects.
Fix your own state, and then you can go after the rest of the world. Meantime, Isabel, Erin, thank you.